first, or then? Okay. You know what time it is?
Boom shakalaka! Hey, everybody, wind it up because today we're having a boom shakalaka extravaganza.
That's right.
That was fun.
It was.
Welcome to Miss Rocky and Shaviva North End Update. I'm Rocky.
And I'm Shaviva.
And this is North End Update. We have a great show lined up for you guys today. You just can't believe all the good stuff we have to offer today. We have special guests today, Maxine Turner, a.k.a. Pie. Okay. She probably don't want to be telling everybody that. Old friend, classmate, come to join us just because.
Okay. And we also have Bridget Saffold, who's going to be talking to us about Focus on Diabetes.
Oh, yes. And that's coming up this weekend. And there's so much important information that she'll be sharing with us as well. We got to shout out to our very favorite frequent viewers. Say that fast 3 times.
That's right. Shout out to LaJashawn Williams Sr.,
All right.
Mike Hughes,
Hey, Mike.
Renita Wright,
Hey, Renita.
Gretchen Harris-Suter.
Gretchen,
Yeah.
Chris Hale, Jim Gardner, Janice Durham, Nicole Dillard. Hey, Nicole. And be sure to like our North End Update page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is North End Update. Boom shakalaka, right?
That's right. And be sure to check out our website as well.
Yeah, we're going to have some great new interviews that you haven't seen on this show on our website real soon. We're going to be talking to some of our... Okay, so we're kind of like senior citizens, but we're going to talk to the real seniors.
Okay.
Right. You know,
that's more senior than us.
More senior than us.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to believe, but we're seasoned. And these ladies are like extra spicy, okay? So,
Absolutely.
And they're even better than 55, so we say that.
We are celebrating 5 years of positivity from a North End perspective.
Right, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
Right. And we want to encourage you today because a lot of you are going through something. So what if you said the wrong thing? We're on live TV and we say it a lot.
All the time.
Right. So what if you think you hurt somebody's feelings? Pray about it. Move on. Watch our show today and be encouraged and see all the good stuff that you're missing in our community.
Right. That's right.
Okay. We want to talk to you about our new Sustaining Collaborators, Shaviva. It's so exciting. We're back out. The pandemic is kind of over, and we're kind of back out in the community, and now we have Grout Museum that we've collaborated with.
Yes, absolutely. Waterloo Community Foundation, We Arose Co-op, okay? They're helping to eliminate food deserts, okay, by increasing access to affordable, local, healthy food options.
Right, and they have something special right now because it's Friday, Tuesdays and Fridays. They're down on the corner on 4th and Newell, selling them greens. I'm talking squash, purple hull peas. What else?
Tomatoes, all kinds of good stuff.
Right.
Yeah, they have a curated veggie box that you can purchase.
That's right. And if you say Rocky and Shaviva, then you get an extra item thrown right into your basket or whatever you're buying. They have a $25 basket, I think, or something. So I got to go down there and find that. And they're one of our prizes at the end of the month. So comment Boom Shakalaka in the comments to be entered in that. Okay, Shaviva, where are we? Our Give It Air today is going to be talking about the school system, what took them so long. 85 years, almost 100 years since Susan Clark, Iowa, started it off.
Yep, in 1867, and then 1954, Brown versus Board of Education.
Yes. Okay, and our Sustaining Collaborators, wrapping it up, are?
Banneker Watches and Clocks.
That's right. All right. Caleb.
We got
what's
breaking
that?
news.
Breaking news?
Yes.
Okay.
Breaking news. Oh, look at that. Hot off the press.
What?
This just in.
Breaking news. What is the breaking news, Shaviva?
Okay. The breaking news is that the Grouts classrooms are ready for museum school, and they're looking better than ever thanks to the beautiful murals created by the youth art team.
Awesome. So you can go to Grout Museum just in, hot off the press. Thank you, Caleb. Go to the Grout and take your kids there to see those classrooms. All right, newsflash, birthday people. We know you're waiting, but Maxine has been able to sing the birthday song by Stevie Wonder since kindergarten, and I'm a witness.
Okay.
We was in Miss Curtis's class singing together, so we're going to have a great birthday song. And Bridget, you know her mama and them, they sing in church all the time, so we're really going to get it off for birthday. Okay, Shaviva, we're talking about the Soul Town. It's time to talk about the Soul Town.
Yes, indeed, the
Yes.
Soul Town. And we just got
Ooh,
the
that's
latest,
a nice one.
Yeah, just got the latest edition in the mail the other
Hey,
day. Yeah.
I like that.
There are so many things to go over. They're talking about, Dr. Blackwell is talking about 2 attorneys that we cannot forget, people that have really made an impact on, when you look back over the civil rights struggle, so many things that I hadn't even thought about, like, do black people surf?
Okay.
I guess I had not given that a whole lot of thought, but clearly.
But you know, with black folks, it's all about the hair. I can't imagine too many people want to get sand all up in your hair and your braid, but you never.
Water, but hey.
But there are black people that surf, right?
Definitely.
Black folks been doing everything for a long time.
Long time, yep.
And if you want to find out just what and how much and how awesome black and brown communities are serving each other, then get your copy of The Soul Town at thesoultownmagazine.com. Thank you, Agnes. And thank you, Ed. Ed is in a good mood today, and we're all really happy about that. Okay. So now I think it's time to introduce our guest, and we have with us today through TV Magic, if Ed's still in a good mood. Yep, he is. We have to my right,
guests.
Maxine, my classmate. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Shakalaka.
Hey, boom shakalaka. That's right.
And to my left is Bridget Saffold of Focus on Diabetes. Yes.
You bet. Now you gotta say boom shakalaka extra.
Boom shakalaka.
Hey, that's what I'm talking
There you go.
about. Because today we've declared it a boom shakalaka. Okay, all together now. Extravaganza. Just
All right.
because it's fun. All right. Well, we're in our Give It Air, we're going to have you guys talk with us a little bit about what you know or remember. We kind of like to shock people. So now she's like, what are they going to ask me now? But the Susan Clark back in 1870, what was it, Shaviva?
That was 1867.
Okay, 1867. Susan Clark, the Clark versus the Board of Directors in Iowa Public Schools were integrated. But that was 1867. But it took 87 years for the rest of the country to catch up during Brown versus the Board of Education, which was in 1954. Almost 100 years from the day the first black girl went to school. 100 years. What took them so long, Bridget?
It's a long time.
Okay. That is almost unbelievable. But when you think about the black struggle, and my daughter being the preacher that she is, often says, Mom, life on this side, there's a lot of long suffering. And you know, those words are in the Bible, you know. And so black folks have done a lot of long suffering. So with the fact that it took 100 years and then they had to walk the little girl to school.
Well, yeah, and then, yes.
After that.
Ruby Bridges. So, you know, you can make something a law, but then the other part of that is it going to be actually instituted? Sometimes it is, sometimes it takes a whole lot of extra reaching and getting to actually institute it. So this is 2022, and we still are having certain issues. So
Sure.
you know.
So it's just a kind of a good thing to give things like that a little air so we can remember how far we've come and how far we have yet to go. So,
Absolutely.
had to give it a little air, Shaviva.
Yeah.
That's right, because airing things out sometimes is the best disinfectant.
That's right. All right. Well, now we get to talk to you. Pie. For those of you who don't know, you are the glorious Miss Wonderful Maxine Turner's. What's your mother? Dorothy. Dorothy Turner. You know, I see your face and her face together. So Dorothy Turner is your mom, and she was such a leader in the community. She was there for me whenever I needed her, I know, and just a beautiful mother. And I know you carry her spirit with you. So
Yes, I do.
yes, indeed. And also Ron Turner, Cora Turner, relatives. But what do you do, Maxine? I know you like to volunteer.
Yes.
With,
I do a volunteer with Hawkeye Senior Companion, and which we do need people to help. And if anybody wants to, they can call over at Hawkeye.
and that's Sonia, right?
Yes, Sonia. And if you're 55 and up, you can be a Senior Companion, which is well needed for our seniors. And also, I am starting a MC at my church, which is Hope City, and it's called Doing Time Together. And what that is for people that has had anybody that's incarcerated, mother, brother, sister, anybody, it's more of a, what do you want to say? Support group. But it's going to start Monday from 5 to 7:30. And it's just a passion of mine because I also go to court with people. I'm just kind of running all over. So the guy that just left here, I need to catch up with him. Because
right.
Yes, I do have some good ideas, and I sat on committee too for gun violence. So I just like to help people. That's what I like to do, and that did come from my mother, Dorothy Turner.
That's right. I was going to say you're continuing her legacy.
Yes.
And when we saw her out at where
Yes.
Joyce is, Joyce Wilder now. Are
Yep.
you still with Joyce?
Yes, I am.
And how's Joyce doing? Is she keeping her spirits
Yeah,
up?
she's doing okay. When I'm out
Good.
there, I make sure no matter what she gets upset, I'm like, we're not having that today. It's going to be
Right.
a positive day, and that's what it does. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
she's doing okay.
There's such a
It's always
strong
good to see
spirit
her.
of, for people that don't know it, at least I've seen it, a very strong spirit of volunteering amongst the people here in Waterloo, as far as helping one another get some things done. And that is one of the things that I like about living in this community.
Yes.
Right.
We need each other.
Oh,
Yes, we
yeah.
do.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. And you work in healthcare and work with people often. And so, yeah, you know how much volunteering means. And caregiving.
Yes.
Yes.
I used to see you
Oh,
when
yes.
I was helping Mother Griggs. And you,
Yes.
that's
there
where how you
together.
put your time in is paying your rent on this side.
Yes,
you
it
know,
is. Yes,
when
it
you
is.
serve others.
Yes.
So, yeah. And I'm just so excited to have both of you on the show. But Maxine, I know whenever I think of you, I see you in Mrs. Powers' class sitting over there by the window, and you was one of the smart kids. I used to always want to copy your papers. Okay, I got it out. I confess. But she was one of the smart. She was one of the teacher's pets. She always had her hair so perfect like
wow.
you do now. So it was like, okay, you want to be like Maxine Turner.
So now you're finding out how people thought what
Yeah.
you
Right.
Yes,
You
I'm
never
seeing
know.
that. Okay. That's not a bad thing.
Yes.
Indeed.
So tell Sonia hello, and of course,
sure will.
give Joyce our love,
I will.
and keep continuing to do all the awesome
yes.
stuff. And your son is doing. Is he
He's doing okay.
good?
He's doing okay.
Good. Shout out to him.
I sure will.
All right. Well, Shaviva, now
Let's switch gears.
We're gonna
talk
switch
to-
gears.
Yeah, and talk to Bridget. For people that might not know you, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and talk about the event that's coming up?
So I am a registered nurse here in Waterloo. I've been at healthcare for a very long time. And working in healthcare, you just notice a lot of things. And what I noticed is it matters to have us represented when you're going into the doctor's office, when you're going into the hospital, and when you're looking at being cared for.
yes,
And so I just kind of noticed some places where it was lacking when it came to taking care of us.
Black folks, I'm saying, disparities. And I saw it with my godmother, and you can't help but wonder, is it this or is it that? You know, and people that are not Black don't understand that that's something you have to look for.
It does exist.
Of course.
And because of that, I saw a need to come out of the healthcare setting and to provide education to equip us to go back into those doctor's office to be able to advocate for our own health. And that's really what Focus on Diabetes is about. It's about coming outside of the healthcare settings. You know, doctor's appointments are sometimes scary. They're sometimes too fast. Sometimes you just can't get your questions asked. But in this environment, you're able to be a little bit more relaxed. It's within the community, kind of outside of the hospital setting, but you're able to still meet those healthcare professionals and be able to have more time to ask your questions, to get the education. And for me, we have missed out on a lot of healthcare visits during COVID. We got behind with
Of course.
screenings. We got behind with blood work and things like that. So we also include screenings as part of the program to help us get back caught up. Know where you are with those numbers.
Those numbers are
gotta
so
know.
important.
Now I was going to say we've actually attended this event before. It was at the Waterloo Center for the Arts, and that was a few years ago. How long have you been doing this event, and what was your inspiration for getting started with it?
So we started in 2015.
Wow.
So we've been doing it for a while now. But
Kudos. Yes, thank you.
I mean,
It's
we
much
want to be
needed.
long term for the community.
Sure.
Because the need doesn't stop.
It doesn't.
And I mean, at that time, I was kind of dealing with my dad,
Right.
Walter Reed Jr., who also was dealing with diabetes, which then turned into kidney failure, heart failure. I mean, it just snowballed into so many things. So it even was a learning avenue for us. And, you know, he just always told me, we need this. We need it. You are good at this work. Go out there, and you know, if people don't come right now, they'll catch on.
Right.
Just keep doing it. It's important, and so I continue to do it to today.
And it doesn't get tiresome for you because you
doesn't.
see the need all the time. So what do you say you work at an area hospital and as an RN, on what floor? Or
So I started out in nursing, working with an endocrinologist who does diabetes specialty, and a kidney specialist. So I did that for almost 12 years. And now I have moved on to working with a weight loss surgeon. And also with a urologist who deals with more stuff, some of the kidneys, but with bladder issues, urological things like that. So that's where I sit now.
Girl, you're going to know everything. Yeah, I mean, it's good that you are involved in so many different areas.
And providing a liaison between the strict medical environment and the community. And like you said, there are things that people maybe aren't comfortable enough or don't have enough time or don't even know the right questions to ask to their care providers.
Well, and also it's all free. I mean, that matters as well.
Right.
Because whether you have insurance or not, it's for you.
Right.
You know, whether you have a primary care doctor, whatever your case may be, it's free. And it's at least a baseline.
Right. It's get those numbers. So Focus on Diabetes is going to be held Saturday, tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow, September 10th.
Yes.
Starting at 11 o'clock. It will be from 11 till 2. So at 11 o'clock, the cardiology, the heart doctor, will be talking to us. Teaching us how diabetes affects our heart. And then at 12 o'clock, the weight loss doctor will be talking to us about how important to maintain a good weight.
Sure.
And then options out there for him as a weight loss specialist. But we'll also have that space open up where you can see the foot doctor.
Okay. Wow.
You can be able to get your blood checked. You can be able to see the dental program be there, as well as get your blood pressure checked. And then we'll also have other resources available from different insurance providers, different medical companies, and different medical specialists.
Now talk about, so this show will be aired on MediaCom next week. So next week when the viewers say, man, I missed it, when will be the next one it won't be till next year. Is it once a
This
year?
event is an annual event, so it's always the second Saturday in September.
Okay, so mark your calendars
Yes.
if you're watching this next week. But also, I want to ask you a couple questions about white coat syndrome. You know, because people, a lot of times you go to the doctor and you think you're feeling good. You get to the doctor, your heart gets to beating all fast, and your
blood pressure goes up,
through the
all of
roof.
that, yeah.
So, yeah, talk about that. And do you expect to see white coat syndrome at
White
your...
coat syndrome is a real thing.
Okay.
And we actually, what we do for people with white coat, that if we're questioning if it's white coat syndrome, we put a blood pressure cuff on them that they wear for 24 hours.
Oh.
And it is to rule that out. Rule out
Sure.
the fact that is it real blood pressure issues
Right.
before moving forward with prescribing medications.
Good looking out.
You
'cause
know, and it'll show us what you're like at home, what you're like when you're sleeping, you know, what you're like, you know, while you're eating, just different times of the day. If you kind of monitor what you're doing, and we can pull those numbers for 24 hours to see if it's, in fact, you just get nervous when you come here, or do you really have a blood pressure problem?
Great.
Wow.
So yeah, it's great to actually get there, get your numbers, your
It
baseline
is.
numbers, so you have something to go on, and also talk to healthcare professionals to kind of ease that conversation. Hopefully, you know, it will help you when it's time to talk to your doctor. Write down questions.
Absolutely. I tell people, talk to your families.
Yes.
No, ask your mom, your dad, your grandparents if they're alive about your family medical history. That's important.
Okay.
To know.
That's
but also
right.
write down what medications you may be taking.
Oh, that's so
That's
important.
important that you're able to communicate to a provider that you're seeing what you're doing.
Now, as Rocky said, this is going to be one big, like one-stop shopping sort of situation, right? And it's annual. But for that in-between time or whatever, what do you suggest for people to do as far as, I don't know, staying on top of things?
Well, first of all, you people really do need to get a primary care provider.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not the emergency room.
Right?
It's
Oh, I
not
bet you see a lot of
convenient
emergency room people just...
Yeah, you really do need a primary care provider, and I think we have good services here in this area. People's Clinic really does a great job.
Good.
At People's Clinic. There's Unity Point, there's Mercy One, but you really need a care provider. And what we, as Focus on Diabetes, try to do something quarterly, what we call Let's Talk About Health. So quarterly, we'll do events out there that we kind of gather small groups of people and bring up different topics, just so we can have, it's easier to talk about in smaller groups sometimes.
Yes, it
And
is.
so we do try
When
to
you
put those things out there quarterly where we can kind of be a continuation of coming into the event in September.
Okay, Bridget, we got a fruit fly. So you know what, though? I want to ask you the last question, and then we're going to have to sing because I can see Maxine over here humming already. But we want to ask you a question about what do you have this next generation? What do you have to say to these people? You want to encourage them to be in healthcare? I mean, after COVID, and how? What are your feelings?
Absolutely. We have to have more people that look like us when we show up.
Okay.
It's important. You know, there's small things that people don't understand.
That's
that
right.
When I talk with my hands, it ain't a fight.
Oh, right. Or when you're a little louder, it's part of your culture.
It is,
Or,
and everybody don't understand those cultural differences.
Yes.
And so it's important to have you there.
Or the mistrust.
It's important to have another person of Indian descent, of just all kind of cultures to be a part of healthcare. And it is a rewarding field to be in. It really is.
yes. Well, good. We're so glad to hear you say that. And you know, I know a lot of people might say, why do you talk about race so much? And one thing I thought about on the way here is because every day a black person has some experience that they run into that another black person can identify with. You know, just today we were talking on the phone and something that just happened to me. So it's something that happens every day that people that aren't black don't understand. And you know, you hate to say it's a black thing, but sometimes it just is. So, but
Yeah, there's a reason why there are culturally specific
Yeah.
programs, because that is important, that people get to communicate with people that are more likely to understand where they're coming from and what their concerns are.
right. Okay. And not to mention your own family things, you know, like
Yeah, for
my
real.
daddy would make the ugliest face. I'm like, Daddy, don't do that. The doctor not even gonna like you when he comes, you know, just things, you know. So, okay, so we gotta say happy birthday to all of our best birthday people. When was your birthday?
February.
Oh, me too. That's right.
we're in
Me
February.
too. Okay, so who do we have, Shaviva?
All right, we've got Kay Jordan.
Ooh,
Happy
Mother
birthday.
Kay, yes.
Nico Brudeval.
Hey, brother.
Cindy Bancroft.
Yes.
Cricket Jones. Linda Nash and Gadiel Carter, my son. Happy birthday, dear.
Oh, happy birthday, Gotti. All right, Vera Wallaken, yes. Amy
Yes.
Rivers.
Happy,
Charmin Atkinson is going to be here next week as our guest. And
All right.
she's going to be excited to see. Okay. Gunda Johanna. Tiffany Warren Ferguson, that beautiful lady. And Dana Ferguson and Kay Jordan all over again.
yeah. Excuse my notes.
Okay, right. Well, you know, we have to sing happy birthday to you because it's your birthday and we're so excited about it.
Yes, we are.
And I'm sure you would agree
Couldn't fit more perfectly
than to have a world party.
on the day you came to be.
Happy birthday. This is where you get to sing, Kayla.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Yay! Caleb, did you learn the song by now? You catching on?
I think I'm catching on.
Okay.
Don't
It's
worry,
our-
just sing loud. Just
Right,
sing loud.
right. Our new intern, Caleb's doing a great job, and he's going to do better next week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think as seasoned women, Shaviva, we've learned a few things.
Yeah, sometimes from other seasoned folks. And one thing I've learned is that sometimes it's better to go with the flow than to try to plan everything out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go with the flow. I think
Yeah.
that's what I'll do this weekend. Also, I've learned that making a living isn't the same thing as making a life. Like, get a life, right? Okay.
All right.
All right. We want to encourage our viewers to be encouraged and have a good weekend. Let all those troubles go away. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
That's right, and to keep doing more of what makes you awesome, like Bridget
And
like
Maxine.
Maxine, yes.
Right. Because it makes us all look good. See you next time.